March 1st, 2013. Well, heading into the third month now, doing this daily video log. And I know I'm going to start to hit a point that I'm going to start repeating myself, which is, you got to fill in the gaps. If you look back on February 6th, which is day 37, I talked about my first cassette, which was Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. Tickets went on sale today, March 1st, for his concert here in Twin Cities. He's playing one of the old theaters downtown on Hennepin Avenue, First State Theater. Went last month with son and I to Soundgarden, which had played the Orpheum Theater, and just the old, vaudeville theater, like the State Theater's built the same way. They got the nice antique architecture, smaller arena. So you have, like the first floor and then a couple 3 layers on top of that. But good setting environment for a concert. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that. Took off lunch, so I just made a beeline downtown and figured the best way to get tickets is to show up at the arena and get them, because you try to get them online and you really get jacked. So got I think it was 19th row, so should be good. But seen him, Alice Cooper, a couple of times. Seen him in Oklahoma, and I was thinking of the time I went with a good friend of mine at that time, Kent Romeyer. And what I remember was strange is that we weren't sitting next to one another. He had better seats than I. He had probably, I'm going to say at least 10 rows in front of me. I probably would have been in the 20 to 25, something like that. But he was more up toward the front. And I remember and I did have the camera at the time. I remember him, no, wait a minute, it had to be Mike. Mike was with me, that's right, because I and Mike Busby was a big Alice Cooper fan. He would dress up his eyes and had the top hat. Like I said, he's the one that played the bass guitar and had the other motorcycle I talked about yesterday. He's the one that rode the other Honda, and we cruised around. But remember, him and I were sitting together, but Kent was the one sitting further up. He must have came alone and offered to take my camera and take some pictures, but I don't know, it's kind of personal, so I figured, well, I'm going to take my own pictures, which I did. And I got those bloody things somewhere. I'll have to find them back. There's a lot of stuff I'm going to have to eventually post up on my Facebook page. Once I get further into the year here, get time, I'm going to have to set up a scanner and scan some of this stuff and get it up. So telling stories is one thing, but a picture speaks 1,000 words. Kind of like the ones over my shoulder there. Family on both sides, Gordon's side and my side. But that concert was excellent. Alice Cooper has a way of putting on some really theatrical concerts. Not only is the music good, but this stage show. Like I said, he usually does like a guillotine bit where it shows them lobbing off the head and then they carry the head around and screaming and yelling. So it's pretty graphic at times. Let's see, what's the other one? He hangs himself on stage, which is not an easy feat. I kind of remember reading that, what goes into the production of that. But I think one of the memorable ones was when he does dead babies. I know he does like the $1 billion babies, but when he does dead babies, and he comes out with the baby speared with the big old long saber sword, which is, I guess, is kind of keep the kiddies away. This is a little too graphic for them. But it's all in fun and games, as they say. But some people might not take that as fun and games. Probably have dropped that part since then. But I remember one of my teachers. And this was in the I'm gonna say it's Alice Cooper Goes to Hell tour. After he was doing some research, and he had he went solo. His first album was Welcome to My Nightmare, and that's the one I remember, because 75 would have been 13, and that's when I started getting into rock and roll, and like I said, that was my first cassette. Alice Cooper's Greatest Hits. So, Welcome to My Nightmare started listening to him heavily, and then after that, he had Alice Cooper Goes to Hell, and then that's the tour that I seen him in. When I was in Washington State, he came through, and seen him there, and the song I play at the end is from that time era. It's going to be what when I lived there, 86, 87. So a few years has passed. I know he came. See, he was played at. I wanted to go see him. We have a Minnesota Taste of Minnesota every summer. My mother came up. We went to that, but they have different artists, and he sung at that one. I missed it when he was in town at the time, but that would have been interesting. Probably would have been a full stage show like he's doing now. Let's see, what's the name of this one? It has some gory death scheme or scene, which is typical. I think when I was reading the reviews, talked about since he kind of set the stage for different artists like Kiss and Motley Crue. What was a couple of other ones they named off? Marilyn Manson. So some of those ones that kind of followed in his footsteps of being blood and gore and macabre, so to speak. But puts on a good show. Let's see, what was I going to say? Oh, there was a teacher that talked about that when she's seen him back in the late 60s when he actually had the Alice Cooper band. When they first did their some of the early ones, if you go back like Killer, and there's another one. Oh yeah, $1 Billion Babies one. But Killer was pretty cool because it had like the snake skin, and he usually does that in concert. Well, he'll bring out the big python and sing a song with the snake around his neck. But let's see, she was saying that it was pretty gross, and she went in pretty good detail. That it was just a couple things, and you're gonna have to edit this out. It might be bleeped out for you ones, but she said that it was pretty gross. That he sent a cup around in the audience and had everybody spit in it, and then he got it back up on stage and then he drank it, and that's pretty gross. But he was, pretty good. Preacher's son, so he went out of his way went out of his way to kind of like gross you out. It's kind of like Ozzy Osbourne. You bite the head off a bat. You're gonna gross some people out. The other thing is that see, what was it? Oh, he went on stage and took a big dump. So took a shit on stage, and then went off stage for a bit, and then came back with a spoon and took a bite of it. So that's pretty gross too. It's like, why would you endorse somebody like that? But it's like people, and we don't know how much this is true. Like I said, this is secondhand story, but I never read anything in print about something like that. But she was pretty I won't say memorized, but she traumatized. That's it. she's pretty traumatized about the situation. So when he had his about that time, it's like welcome to my nightmare. He had that When Women Bleed song. It was pretty popular on the radio. She didn't really thought it was appropriate that she had let us know how much she disdained Alice Cooper. And then of course we asked her why, and then she told us why. But other than that, being gross out, and that, not promoting that at all, but some of his other stage acts were pretty cool. That's good music. Like I said, that was my memorial was watching. Was listening. My first cassette. It was many memories at Hello Hooray. I think at that time when I did that one on the February 6th was talked about, closed out with the election song, I Want to Be Elected, which was I think the '68 campaign, like Nixon won. But watch it, that video is pretty cool. But other than that, I'm excited. I got I said 19th row, so it should prove to be a pretty good concert. And I'm gonna leave it with a song here. And this one, like I said, is from the mid to late '80s. I remember one of the when I seen it there in Washington. Actually, it wasn't Washington. It was actually Portland, because where we lived was in between Portland and Seattle. So it depended on where the concert was. But I think I went down to Portland more. Concerts that we seen there. We seen like Neil Diamond, and I seen Van Halen and Scorpions, and Alice Cooper down in the Portland area. But let's see, the one guitar player was memorable because he was big body, weightlifter, and it just really looked strange that he's this big muscle guy playing this little bitty guitar. It's pretty good. That's what I remember about that concert. But other than that, let's see. Let's play the song up. Computer went to sleep. But like I said, pretty good. He's got a new CD out, and can't think of the name of it. But this one is called Poison, and it was really popular at that time. So, there we go. Yeah, Alice Cooper tune, March 1st, 2013. The concert's going to be it's in July, so it's a long time from now. But you gotta grab the tickets if you can. So.